Hey, good morning, tribe. It's Lou here. How are you doing? Hang on a sec. I'm just getting myself sorted. How you doing? Let's stick on my teeth. Good morning to you. How are you all? Give me a wave. Let me know if you're with me this morning. We are in week 4. The Turners are in week 4 of lockdown. We're entering week 4 of lockdown. So I thought I'd connect with you this morning, see how you're doing. Hi, Angelina. Good morning. Hi, Marie Claire. Oh, I've just sent you a message, Marie Claire. Hopefully we can have a catch up today. How are you all? Give me a wave, folks. Let me know if you're with me this morning. The sun is shining. It's a gorgeous day. Looking forward to another week. Good morning, folks. How are you? I've just finished speaking to a really good friend of mine, Alison, who I've known for many, many years, and she's an energy reader, and had a really fascinating conversation with her this morning. So I just thought I'd check in with you guys, share some of my insights. I also did a corporate call this morning for an organisation talking about my management. And again, I just want to share some bits with you guys that I shared with them. Hopefully it will help you to have a happy and productive week. So how's everybody doing? Post me a comment, let me know. How are you doing? What week are you entering? Are you entering week 4 like me? Or maybe it's week 3? Or maybe you're still out there working? Put a comment in, let me know how you're doing. So, interesting. I was doing a talk this morning, as I say, a corporate talk about getting in the flow. And talking about getting in that higher vibration. And it's difficult because I think, when the shit hits the fan and when things are happening around us, negative things, it's really easy to slip down the emotional scale, isn't it? And we fall down into sort of those emotions of worry and concern and fear or despondent. And as we know, it's all about kind of raising our vibes. So I want to talk a little bit about getting in the flow. And doing activities that get us in that state of flow, because when we're in a state of flow, we are neutral and we start to experience better, higher emotions. When we're not present, we're either future tripping or we're worrying about the past, and neither of those things are where we want to be at the moment because they're painful. When we're not present and we're lost in the thinking mind, it creates havoc and it creates anxiety and fear. So we want to become present, and a way that we do this is to get in the flow and choose to do things that gets in that flow state. So what's interesting for me over the weekend, or certainly the last couple of weeks really, that obviously life has slowed down, hasn't it? And I'm taking longer to do things that normally I just whiz through, in our normal busy day, and we're just sort of being more considered, aren't we? We're taking more time to, pot around the garden or do an activity or do the ironing. We're becoming more present, which I think is really, really interesting. I think we're in very exciting times. I really believe this. And I was speaking to my good friend Alison just about the bigger picture, what actually is going on. And we were talking about some of the insights that she's getting. She does a lot of channeling, and just listening to her talk about what her thoughts are and certainly what mine are, because I know there's a lot of turmoil, and of course a lot of people are going to be affected. However, I think so much good is going to come out of this in the long term. I think there's so many positive things. I think we're going to be rethinking the way that we work. I think more people will be working remotely. I think there will be less planes in the sky. I think we'll definitely be looking after our planet more seriously. And the way that we run our economies is going to change. I think so many positive blessings are going to come out of this. But there obviously is a dark side to all of these changes. I think lots of good stuff is going to come. However, we've got to manage our emotions, and we've got to look after ourselves and our family and those around us to keep in a good place at this time. So how do we get in the flow? How do we do that? How do we raise our vibe? And quite simply, getting in the flow. And the flow state it's a thing. It's not something I've made up. And it was by a guy, and I can't pronounce his surname, but his name is Malachi something, is with a CH. And he talks about the flow state. And when you're in the flow state, you are completely immersed in the present moment. So you are completely in the moment, present, just absorbed in whatever it is that you're doing. Now, we all experience moments of flow, probably periodically throughout the day. And we've all experienced this. We know what this feels like. It's that moment when you're so engrossed in a task, time just slips away. It's a great place to be. And when you're in this state of flow, you are neutral. So you're present, you're neutral, so you're not worrying about what's going to happen in the future and catastrophizing and thinking about the what ifs, and you're not reminiscing about the past and having regrets. You are present, and that's the beautiful thing about the flow state of mind. You are neutral, you are present, and that's where we want to be as much as we possibly can be at the moment. So I want to share a couple of things about how I get into that state of flow, and that might give you some insights, because everybody's quite different. How they get present and still and in that state of flow is different for everybody. So I was watching my hubby at the weekend, and he was in here, I'm not quite sure why he was in here, with his bike, and he was building the spokes of the wheel or putting them all in, and it's a very intricate job right up his street. I have not got the patience for that kind of thing, but he was totally absorbed in that task, in the present moment, absolutely loving life. He was whistling away. And the change in him since he's been home, and he's working from home every day, but he's got 3 hours of his life back where he's not commuting. So he's got an opportunity to become still. He's got an opportunity to do things that put him in a state of flow. And I watched him build this bike and whistling away. He was there for hours, lost in the moment and happy. And equally, I watched him at the weekend. He was painting the kitchen, as many of us are, aren't we? We're all sort of tidying up and decluttering, and many of us are painting if we can. And again, he was whistling away, and I was watching him thinking, he's totally in the moment. He's totally present, happy, in that flow state of mind. And when we're in that flow state, we are balanced. Nothing feels scary. Everything's safe and okay. So it's about looking for opportunities to activate that flow state. Now, equally for my daughter, it's different again. She, as you know, I've mentioned Esme before, sews, and she's got an old Singer, an old 20s Singer, and she makes hair accessories and sells them on Etsy, does really well. And I hear the Singer going, and I know that she's in the flow state. She's in the present moment, she's happy. And that's her thing, right? When she's creating her craft or any artwork, anything like that, she's in that moment. For me, it's totally different. It's about stillness for me. I'm in the flow state when I'm meditating, or I'm doing yoga or some kind of mindfulness activity. That's where I reach my moment of flow. Or I'm writing, actually, that's another area for me. So everyone's different. My son, it's about football, put him on a pitch and give him a ball, and he's in his flow state, he's in the moment when he's doing a sporting activity. For some people it could be dancing, or singing, or cooking, or whatever the hell it is. But what puts you in a state of flow? Because that's the state that we want to be in as much as we possibly can, because the world has kind of been shaken, it's been turned upside down at the moment, and we need to anchor ourselves, we need to find that balance, we need to kind of ground, and we can do that by looking for activities that put us in that state of flow. Now, one of the things that came out of the corporate meeting I was doing this morning is often it's the mundane tasks, mowing the lawn, or I don't know, doing something that is quite mundane, washing the car or doing the ironing, but can often put us in that state of flow when we're just fully absorbed and present in whatever it is that we're doing. So I want you to give some thought today to what puts you in that state of mind, that flow state where you are completely neutral and present. So you're not stressing about what's going to happen in a month or a week or with your family or anything. You're just here in the moment. And that is your task this week. That's what I want to encourage you to do, is to learn how to become present by getting in the flow state of mind, by doing activities that put you in that flow state. You can go and Google flow state and find out more about it. It's fascinating. And often when we're in that flow state, it's when all the good ideas come. So if you've been trying to find a solution to a problem, or a creative something or other, I guarantee you it's when you get out of the chitter-chatter thinking mind and into the flow state, the present state of mind, that higher state of consciousness, that the ideas will come. So when I was thinking about book titles, it was sitting on a train with my head against the window watching the scenery go by that the idea or the book title came to me, not when I was sitting down with my brainstorm. Often the best most life-changing ideas come when we're in the flow state. They really do. So let's try this week, guys, to get into that state of mind. Marie-Claire, what are you saying? Let's have a look. So cooking, reading, connecting with my team via Zoom, tidying up, clearing the cupboards. Yeah. And it's must be quite unusual, Marie-Claire, because you're at home way more than you normally would be. I know last week you said you're really enjoying that. I'm enjoying it. It's sort of becoming a new normal for me. Although I do wish we could get out more, but you know, we're playing our part, aren't we, in keeping safe and keeping those we love safe. So we've got to do our bit, haven't we? So yeah, guys, let's have a look. Let me just flick back. If you haven't said hello yet, give me a wave. Let me know that you're here with me. I wanted to pop on this morning and just check in with you guys and see how you're doing. So Marie-Claire's saying, I had 2 great ideas on my walk. That's when they come. It's when you are obviously in nature, you're in that flow state, when you're walking, doing those sort of more mundane things. Hi Fee, how are you doing? I was thinking about you, Fee, the other day. We must catch up. Let me know how you're doing. Yeah, loving being at home, Marie-Claire. Yeah, I'm loving it more than I thought I would. I'm loving being with my family. It's made me realise, I think a lot of insights are coming from this experience, and it's made me realise how ridiculously busy our lives are as a family. You know, we literally get up at the crack of dawn and we all go about our different things, and I run around picking kids up and all sorts of stuff, and it's manic, and I'm just loving this slowing down. I don't think I'm actually going to want to go back to the crazy fast pace of life that we've become accustomed to. It's like that boiled frog thing, isn't it? That little story about the boiled frog. We don't realise often how ridiculous our life, how busy it gets. Until we jump out of the water. So guys, I'm going to leave it there. I just wanted to jump on, say hello to you. I'm going to post this on YouTube now. If you're not watching live, I can see there's not many of you on today. If you're not, you can always put a comment when you do catch up, and I will check in and I'll reply to you. But really think about flow this week, the flow state of mind. So get your vibes up, and you do that by getting in that flow state. So look for those activities that put you in that flow state, put you in that present moment, because then you can get into that higher state of consciousness where all the good stuff, all the juice happens, all the ideas and the insights and the clarity that is available to us now. I am getting some of the most amazing downloads about the future and about all the good stuff that's coming, and I feel, whilst I am checking in with the news, and it is scary and disconcerting and unsettling, however, I really believe there's a bigger picture here. There's something amazing unfolding, and we're all part of this. We've all chosen to be part of this. We're all living and breathing at this time, and we've all got a part to play in this. I really think it's shaking us to awaken us. It's getting us thinking about our purpose and our role on the planet, and the part that we play in this unfolding. Just know that you're here for a reason. You are here for a reason, and we're all playing our part. So your job right now is to get in the flow state, raise your vibe, because you'll help lift the planet, and you'll help to lift those around you. Because we're all a little bit like this at the moment, and if we can kind of look after ourselves, we can then in turn look after those around us. So lots of love to you. I'm really hot, actually. The sun is beaming into my office this morning. It's gorgeous. By the way, I've got to show you this before I go. Me and Esme, talk about flow state. Me and Esme yesterday, and I am not what I would call kind of traditional creative. I don't do paints and sketching and all of that. Esme and my husband are really creative in that way. I'm a writer. I love writing. That's when I get into the flow and my creative output. So yesterday we sat in the garden. You might have seen the pictures actually. And we did our rainbow for the key workers for the NHS. Mine's a bit crap. It looks like a 5-year-old's done it. But I have to be honest, I thoroughly enjoyed sitting outside. And we did it with our fingers. And we just sat there completely in the present moment with the sun beaming on us, doing our pictures, and it was so much fun. So here's my 5-year-old picture, look. Ta-da! So we just did it with our fingers. It was just a bit of fun. Esme's is much better. It's in the front window, so I'm not going to get it out. And we just had so much fun doing it. And that's an opportunity for flow. Things that I would never normally have time to do. I'd have just gone, no, Esme, you do it. I haven't got time. I've got this and that and voila. And I made time, and I had a great time with her, connecting with her. Hi Jane, good morning to you. Hi Lynette. How are you all? Lovely to see you. So yeah, I've just come to the end actually, guys. You have to go back and watch the beginning. I'm just talking about getting in the flow state to help raise our vibes this week. And this is what I want our challenge to be, getting in the flow. Because when you're in the flow, you're in the present and you're not lost in the chitter-chatter of the thinking mind. So lots of love to you. Go back and watch the beginning if you've missed it. Let me know how you get in the flow state. How you get in the flow state. What do you do? How does that work for you? What gets you in that beautiful state where you lose all sense of time and you're completely immersed in whatever the task at hand is. So lots of love. Have a wonderful, wonderful week. And maybe I'll see you later in the week. I don't know. Maybe I'll show you my vegetable patch. So I planted it at the weekend. Maybe I'll show you that. Who knows? Take care. Have a great week, guys. Bye.